Quadrangle Schools Rugby Coverage, sponsored by
හඳුන්වාදෙන NDBZ Digital Youth Account NDB බැංකුව.
Study abroad with Educo Pathways. Call 0772 711 711.
From Havelock Park, we go to Sugardasa Stadium on Friday. Wesley took on Isipathana, a match of a lifetime, a game to remember for all the mistakes and missed opportunities. It was 10 points to nil in favour of Isipathana. What a show at the Sugardasa Stadium. It is all the work of Isipathana that went into that 10 points. Wesley's defence was so good. Isipathana equally good in their defence, but both teams had many mistakes. 4 bumblebee yellow cards for Wesley. 1 red card, the first red card of this year's 2022 schools rugby season. Wesley played almost with 13 or 14 men most of the match. It was just 3-0 until the 70th minute, the last minute of the match. It was 3-0 in favour of Isipathana. Wesley couldn't capitalise, Wesley couldn't score. Isipathana scored at the last gasp of the match, the last exact final move of the match. Isipathana scored and made it 10-0. Wesley, right before the final whistle, Wesley had the golden chance. They huffed and puffed right in front of the try line and they missed, they knocked it on, and then missed on a very famous win against Isipathana. If Wesley won, it would have been one of the most famous comebacks, one of the most gallant performances of school's rugby history. But Wesley couldn't manage to win, but they played a great game even with 13 or 14 men on the field. Great congratulations to Isipathana College. Isipathana, with so much of pressure at the stadium, Isipathana just had their momentum, they kept their heads down, played cool, calm rugby and came out victorious. Wesley's 4 yellow cards and the red card had a massive impact on them, and in this incredible schools rugby season, that was a match, a cracker of a game to remember for all the schools rugby fans.
Quadrangle Schools Rugby Coverage, sponsored by
හඳුන්වාදෙන NDBZ Digital Youth Account NDB බැංකුව. It was a royal rumble at Reed Avenue as they scored 53 points to nil against Kingswood College. Royal College scoring the highest ever points in this year's schools rugby season. They started off with an absolute brilliant play of a try, and they went on piling points over points, scoring 32 points at Lemons with no points being scored against them. This is the highest total ever in this season's schools rugby season 2022. The previous record was set by Wesley against Vidyartha. Royal came into this game victorious against St. Anthony's last week, and Kingswood came out as losers from their encounter against St. Joseph's. Royal just kept on piling tries over tries as they ran riot right through Kingswood defence. Kingswood had no chance, no reply, and they had an absolute cracker of a game, Royal College against Kingswood College. So Royal's player Rasidhu Heshan did an exceptional game against Kingswoodians, and also their number 8 had a brilliant game as well. Royal 53 points to nil, the highest ever score in this season. Much is look forward from this Royal outfit. A beautiful, clean, fast, open rugby played by Royal, and Kingswood had no answer. That is the result here at Reed Avenue on Saturday evening.
Quadrangle Schools Rugby Coverage, sponsored by
Study abroad with Educo Pathways. Call 0772 711 711.
And from Reed Avenue, we go to Havelock Park. St. Thomas's College took on St. Joseph's College for the Lady Jayadilka Shield encounter. St. Thomas's have been dominating in this encounter. They won their last encounter in 2020 against the Josephians. The Thomians have been dominating the Lady Jayadilka Shield encounter, winning most of the matches, and St. Thomas's having won around 14 Shield encounters. But this time around, St. Joseph's came very strong against the Thomians. It was the hat-trick hero, the big number 8, Naveen Marasinga, scoring a hat-trick of tries and being a massive part of the Josephian win. However, St. Thomas's came back strong even at the dying stages of the match, as the match ended 30 points to 28, giving St. Thomas's the losing bonus point. They had the chance of making this encounter a draw, but they missed the last gasp of the corner flag conversion, which ended in St. Joseph's favour to win the encounter. At half-time, the scores were 17-10 in favour of Joes, but however, St. Thomas's played some absolutely brilliant rugby in the second half. At one point, the scores were 17-all. The Josephians then came back stronger with scoring 2 back-to-back penalties, and also St. Thomas's again cut the deficit by scoring penalties. But at the last few minutes, St. Joseph's were having a handy lead of 30 points to 20 after scoring another try at the last few minutes. But St. Thomas's proving the Thomian grit and came back at the last move of the play, scored the corner flag try, but just missed out on that conversion. And the Lady Jayadilka Shield returns to St. Joseph's College, and Naveen Marasinghe, the hat-trick hero, and kudos to Dulanjana Vijayasinghe, the forwards coach of St. Joseph's College, who has made an incredible impact for the Josephian outfit. The Josephian pack played an absolutely brilliant game, and the Thomians were also equally well. But at the end of the day, it was Joes who took home the Lady Jayadilka Shield to Dali Road. Now, as done in the past, Quadrangle will always be uplifting the spirit of the game and sportsmanship. And this year as well, we will be offering the Lawrence Pereira Trophy for the most disciplined school in the Schools Rugby Arena 2022. So all the schools do take note to clinch that trophy and take home the Lawrence Pereira Trophy for the most disciplined school in the Schools Rugby Arena. That's it for this week's coverage on Quadrangle. Stay tuned and have a great day.
Quadrangle Schools Rugby Coverage, sponsored by
හඳුන්වා දෙන NDBZ Digital Youth Account NDB බැංකුව.
Study abroad with Educo Pathways. Call 0772 711 711.